What is up guys, it's WOTLK here, back with another Wrath of the Lich King Classic video for you. So Wrath of the Lich King Classic is getting closer and closer, and by now I think a lot of you have started preparing for the expansion itself in various ways. Therefore, today I'm making a video on some additional preparations that you can do for WOTLK Classic, some of which I am personally doing, and the fact is that you can actually do a lot of preparations right now that will help you out massively in the actual WOTLK expansion. Some of these preparation tips I have mentioned in other videos, and some will be brand new, so hopefully there's something in this video for everyone, and really my goal is just to show you several ways that you can actually prepare for WOTLK Classic right now. So let's begin. The first tip I want to give you is something I experienced on the WOTLK beta firsthand, and that is the importance of having raid gear from TBC. Seriously, there's pretty much no better preparation you can do, if you ask me, than getting your character geared up. At least try to look for some big weapon upgrades from Sunwell or the Black Temple. It will help you out massively, and it will speed up your leveling process by so much. Having tested various classes on the WOTLK beta and compared my leveling speed to other players or other people with best in slot gear, you almost level up twice as fast if you have full raid best in slot gear, because you simply kill things so much faster, and it's a compounding effect. The better geared you are, the faster you kill things, the more mobs you can pull, the faster you complete the quests, the faster you get ahead of the curve. It seriously matters a lot more than I originally thought it did before I went into the WOTLK beta. This advice is more aimed at those of you who are playing on our current servers rather than the fresh WOTLK servers, but even if you're playing on the fresh WOTLK servers, I would recommend trying to get as geared as possible before WOTLK comes out, and the better the gear actually is, the longer it will last. Regular PvP gear will only last you until about level 73 to 74, while Sunwell gear will carry you all the way, or pretty much all the way, to level 80. Advice number 2 is one of my personal favorite types of preparations, so chances are it might not appeal to all of you, but I'm sure it will appeal to some of you. Investing. Investing in items is an incredibly easy way to make ridiculous amounts of gold, like we are talking thousands of gold from doing barely any work at all, and it's how I turned 1000 gold from Classic WoW into 25,000 gold in TBC Classic. So if I can get that same 25x return this time around, I could turn that 25,000 gold into over 500,000 gold. Investments are an incredible opportunity to make probably more gold than you realize, and here are some of my personal favorite investments for WOTLK. Flame caps. This one has been tested out on the WOTLK beta, and I can confirm it works on the beta. It has worked on every single WOTLK client out there, including OG WOTLK, so there's no reason why Blizzard should nerf these for WOTLK Classic, and these are mainly wanted by fire mages and destruction warlocks for pumping those ranks and damage meters, but even melee, especially rogues, will want these for that fire and damage proc for min-maxing. You also have items such as golden pearls, righteous orbs, and various enchanting materials, as people will need to enchant their heirlooms for their alts. I also have a bunch more investments listed in my WOTLK Classic Gold Guide, and I've decided to keep the very best investments and gold making information behind a paywall to increase the profits behind each and every investment in there, to maximize your profits if you do purchase this guide. So if you're serious about gold making in WOTLK Classic, I seriously do recommend checking out this guide through the link down below in the video description, and use the code SOLHEIM for 50% off. This guide will even be updated with investments you can make in phase 1 of WOTLK Classic to make insane profit later in WOTLK, and once again there's a lot of easy gold to be made through investing. Tip number 3 is to start working on your honor points. You can literally cap your honor right now, and they did not reset the honor points for the TBC pre-patch, nor did they reset it moving into TBC Classic, so I see absolutely no reason why they should reset it this time around. This means that you can start working on capping your honor points right now, then you can spend those honor points either in the WOTLK pre-patch for some quick and decent level 70 gear, but I would recommend keeping your honor for level 80, so you can buy some quick and easy upgrades once you're level 80. That is not all though. While capping your honor, you will also obtain marks of whatever battleground you're doing. So for example, marks of Arathi Basin or marks of Alterac Valley, and there's 4 different battlegrounds, meaning you can get 4 unique types of marks, and they are unique at 100 each, meaning in total you can have 400 marks sitting in your bags if you truly min-max your preparations. And the reason I bring this up is because in Wrath of the Lich King there's an NPC that offers you to trade those marks for honor points, and each mark will give you 185 honor points. Multiplying that by 400 marks, that is 74,000 honor points from those marks, and add that to the other 75,000 honor points you can stack up. You can effectively stack up 150,000 or 149,000 honor points prior to Wrath of the Lich King actually coming out. This will allow you to purchase several epic items. The second Wrath of the Lich King actually comes out, you can either buy 3 huge epic pieces or 5 slightly smaller pieces, since some pieces costs more than others based on stats and gem slots. Next up is a bunch of tips all put into one. Make sure your character is ready to go. This includes being level 70 or 68 if you want to head into Northrend at 68, maxing out your professions, do your alchemy masteries in Chatrat if you have alchemy, pre-complete 25 TBC quests if you want to maximize your experience gains at Rat's launch, and have a stack or 2 of healing potions, mana potions and speed potions in your bags so you are ready to go for leveling. The reason I put this all in one category is because how much you want to prepare your character here is really up to each and every one of you. I am just here to give you ideas of what you could do. Next up, find people to play with. Whether this is a Discord server for people who play on the same server as you, a Discord community, in-game friends, or an actual guild. The game is better enjoyed when you have people to play it with, and both for the leveling experience as well as farming dungeons at max level, it is much easier to do dungeons when you have people you actively play with, rather than having to pug groups every time. The last advice that I want to give you guys in this video is information. Try to obtain as much information for Wrath as possible, whether that is through playing the beta, watching YouTube videos like this one, or reading on Wowhead. I can't tell you exactly which information that you are looking for, since that is once again individual. You might care about something completely different than I do, but for example, you can now get emblems and Northrend adventuring supplies from certain quests while leveling up, so questing is actually a lot more useful now than it was before, as you can literally work on your level 80 gear while leveling up through those emblems you get from questing. And another piece of information that I personally think is important is that there is a quest offered to you in several zones that will offer you a one-time teleport to Dalaran, and this quest is called the Magical Kingdom of Dalaran. That being said though, if you do not turn in this quest, you can actually use this teleport several times, allowing you to have some real clever Hearthstone locations in the open world, and I have an entire video where I talk about this quest, so make sure to check that one out as well. Either way, that is pretty much it for today. Hopefully you found this video helpful and informative, and if you did, please consider dropping a like on it, and subscribe to the channel for more Wrath videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.